Hello, my name is Melissa. Welcome back to my channel. It's been so fun hanging out with you this month, and I'm excited to see what we have to do today as we get ready to check in on Zoe, find out more about the coming of Jesus, and also open our Breyer Advent calendar and see what fun miniature we get today. But first, let's check in and see what Zoe's up to this morning. Oh, it looks like Zoe is getting ready for Christmas presents. She's getting a bit of a late start to it this year, but it looks like she'll be wrapping a few presents. So maybe later we'll see how many she's got done. You and I have been talking about the importance of the coming of Jesus, and we've been talking about kind of rescuing and how God created a plan to rescue us when we're not always able to make good choices or when the people around us don't make good choices. God still wants us to have a path and a way to get to Him. And there are so many stories in the Bible, especially in the Old Testament, about how God rescued people from sin, from those bad choices. Sometimes the bad choices and the sin would become so big and so much that God had to do something really big to get rid of the sin and to get rid of the bad choices because there wasn't an easy way to get back over to that choice of life. And so it was a lot of hard work. So in the Old Testament, there's a lot of stories of really big, kind of intense things that happened. That was because God was always trying to steer his people back to life, back to choosing him. One of the stories in the Old Testament, we're not going to talk about it on our Advent listing, but it's a really amazing story about Noah's Ark. Look at this big boat. Isn't that kind of fun? And all the animals that were on Noah's Ark. That's kind of cool, isn't it? This is a great story, part of God's rescue story of when sin and bad choices were so bad on the earth that God had to do something very big to move all of his people back to making choices for life, choices for good. Maybe your mom and dad can read that to you. I have a recommendation for you. There is a really fun Bible. It's the YouVersion Bible. It is the Bible app for kids storybook Bible. And it's really simple stories. It takes a lot of the stories in the Bible and just says them in really simple and easy ways that you can understand. And there's also an app that goes with it. Let's see if I can get this where the glare's not on it. There we go. There's also an app that goes with it. And so I will put the link for both of these in my description. So if you guys are interested in getting your own storybook or using the app, which is free to download, you can do that and catch up on some of these rescue stories from the Old Testament. Where we're going to start next time. Let's see if anybody knows what this story is about. Anybody know what this story is about? This little tiny baby? This is a story about Moses. This is one of the big rescue stories in the Old Testament where God had to save all of his people, all of the Israelites, from choices that were being made against them and people that were sinning against them and got them in a really bad spot. And God did something really amazing, and it started with this little baby boy to help rescue all of the Israelites. And we're going to talk about that story starting tomorrow. But today, let us open up our next Breyer Advent box. Okay, we're in box 12 today. Let's see what we're going to get. Oh, we got something fun for the horses. A jump. That's really cool. Horses love to jump. It's really good exercise for them. And there's a lot of good competitions with horses that jump. Okay, let's check back in with Zoe and let's see how she's doing on those Christmas presents. Ah, looks like she is working her way through. I think probably a couple of these presents are for her friends that help her at the stables, and we'll have to see what the other presents are for. maybe tomorrow, maybe as we get closer to Christmas. Thank you guys for watching my channel. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for liking the video. It's been fun and I look forward to doing this with you guys for another 12 days. Have a good day.